Hey guys, so I just saw episode 11 of season 32 of The Amazing Race, and I just wanted to make a quick video about how I feel about this episode and about the season as a whole. So, this video is going to be quite different. I'm not going to be going into details or saying that many names because you guys know who I'm talking about. This is for the people who've actually followed the show for this season. If you haven't yet, I suggest you go watch it. If you haven't seen episode 11 yet, I suggest you stop watching this right now and watch it first because I will be spoiling who the final three are. So I'm just gonna go right into it. This season, damn, it had such great potential. The cast was really good. I really liked this cast. And I was excited to see how it would turn out, because it seemed like a really good competitive cast. So obviously the biggest thing that came out of this season was the Mind 5 alliance that was formed in episode 2. 5 teams came together to form this mega alliance to just steamroll everyone on the race, everyone else. And when it first came up, I was kind of excited because it was something we had never seen before. 5 teams come together. Usually it's like 2 or 3 teams. So I was like, oh, this might cause some drama. Who knows? Maybe it'll be good TV. And then we got to see it play out, and I mean, God, when we got to the final 7, it was 5 teams against 2 teams. And I mean, it was a foregone conclusion. We knew who the top 5 was. Leo and Alana and Haley and Kaylin did not stand a chance against that Mega Alliance. So it's like, it was just a slog to get to the top 5, Or from the 7 teams to the 5 teams. We're finally at the top 5. So it's like, as a viewer, people go like, hey, so now it's every team for themselves. Now there's no more alliances anymore. Now the race can actually begin. But then it turns out there's a final 3 alliance in the final 5 alliance. So we just got through the top 7 to the top 5. Now it's going to be another slog from the top 5 down to the top 3. In the top 3 alliance was Riley and Madison, Will and James, and Hung and Chi. On the outs was Ishwar and Aparna, and Gary and D'Angelo. I was just watching the last 2 episodes was really breaking my heart. And just the design of the last leg. I mean, it was begging the final 3 alliance to work together to make it to the end. That final challenge, that was a really good challenge. That's what I'm gonna say. I really liked it. The rest of the challenges were kind of weak. I mean, feeding a horse, okay, sure. But then that final challenge, very impressive, very hard. I mean, listening to music and trying to remember what country you were in and putting it in the order. It was so funny that all the teams just couldn't read the clue and see it was supposed to be in the order of the locations they went to. And it was just a perfect recipe for the final 3 teams to come together and work together. And that just sucked. I'm sorry, that sucked. It sucked to watch. It sucked to see Gary and D'Angelo so defeated, especially D'Angelo. I thought they were such a happy team, and to see them end that way, that really sucked. Because you know where it was going. You knew who the final 3 was. Basically, it was a foregone conclusion from the top 7 to the top 3 who would be in the final 3. And it's just like, we knew who was going to make it, so the race basically starts at the last episode. This is the actual race now, the amazing race, competitively starts at the final 3, and it breaks my heart. So I'm just gonna break this down. When we're talking about gameplay for this season, amazing gameplay, that's what I'm gonna say. The Mind 5 Alliance was a brilliant strategy. It was obviously effective because the people in the Mind 5 Alliance were the top 5. So obviously, great strategy. They did it. They banded together and they got what they wanted. They made it to the top 5. That was their goal together, and they got there together. And further, with that Onion Alliance, with the top 3 within the top 5, brilliant. They made it to the final 3. The 3 teams that made it to the final 3, they stuck together. They made it to the final 3. Wow. Effective strategy, brilliant strategy. Congratulations. They actually deserve it. They truly deserve their spot in the final 3. With that being said, this season was so boring to watch. It was just so boring to watch. It's just like no fun at all. There was no thrill for people watching. It was a foregone conclusion from the top seven who would be composing the top five and then who would be composing the top three. There were no underdogs to root for because you knew that they didn't stand a chance at all. And it kind of made no sense to group up with really strong teams to the end because wouldn't you want to bring the weaker teams to the end? I mean, boring, boring, boring. This was a really bad season. Honestly, it could be the worst season of The Amazing Race. And it just makes me sad because this is season 32. This is the last season before COVID. It could be the last season we have in a while, if not ever. So it's just really a downer that this is how it turns out. We have the final three, and they're racing next week. They deserve their positions, but I don't know, man. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna watch it because it was just such a slog to get there to that final three. And just, you know what? At least the race officially begins on the finale next week. Congrats again to the final three. You deserve it, but I hope I never see anything like that again. Ugh, all right. That's just what I wanted to say. So thanks, guys.